Right now. Emerge. The doctor will see you now. For Rex Lapis. No touching.
Settle down.
Remember, health comes first.
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
Mind the cider.
Blaze over.
Be sanctified. Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Right now.
Please appreciate
Emerge.
my sincerity.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the
Which
better.
must go on. Apologies.
Bow your head.
Forgive my discourtesy.
Justice is blindsided.
Please.
Mind the side effects.
The banquet is nearing its end.
Settle down.
I have brought dis-
Right now. Right here. Right now. Emerge. Huh?
another rude luck.
The dagger was sealed. Right now. Emerge. A sight to behold. Right here. Right now. Emerge.
Remember, help comes first.
All hail. Access denied.
Silence!
here. The doctor was seeing. Born of ice and frost.
Settle down!
Right now, right here, right now.
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
For Rex Lapis! Access denied.
Let the mighty be humbled! Silence! Ha! Settle down! Now that I have reclaimed one of the 7 authorities from the hands...
All right.
As per our contract. Emerge, right here.
Mind the sight. Ugh, this is nothing. Taking a turn for the better.
Born of ice and frost. Blaze over.
Be sanctified. Silence!
Ad Astra. Ad Astra. Thank you for
I see the value in...
Right now.
Suffocate!
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. Access denied.
Bow your head. Let the mighty be humbled!
Right now. Right here.
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
This is long overdue.
Silence! The tides beckon.
Right now.
Taking a turn for the better. A bitter pill to swallow.
Settle down!
Born of ice and frost. Yeah. Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Nervalette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neverlet, Sedine! Hey there! What are you two talking?
Ugh, Traveler and Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of the... No, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting...
Thank you for your concern, but I Oh,
So, what is it exactly? It's just...
a Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
Huh?
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to... She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Judging from Sedine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff.
I cannot tell you just yet, but there could be complicated conflicts of...
Come on!
It is not my intention. Long story there were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring... Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to... Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy... It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of... However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the...
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come... Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the...
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done. Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective. Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, what dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
I never thought I'd see him here.
Does anyone have a camera?
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara,
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. Aw, she's adorable. Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious? Ah! Did you think of something? Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals... We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review... Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure! Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it! Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon. Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you around. So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis. Huh, Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that? Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us. Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here? Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us. May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the crypt... That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see the residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect...
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh!
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Ah! Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter.
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an...
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is... But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect... Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made...
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melazines. Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, all right?
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and...
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Clarand! What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere!
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk...
Nervalette sure is lucky to have someone.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Nervalette.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and Major. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara, and on the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish prep?
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several.
We'll help you read through them. We have no.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel. Have you made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there are so many documents lying.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is, if memory serves me right, there should be a.
Whoa.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are to me. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk? All the silence is making Paimon.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines. He seems like the type. What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fanta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tivat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. Distinct differences.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste.
How regrettable. It seems...
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure. Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society? Sorry. Paimon was just curious.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that had perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this... I lost many memories from the moment I was born. Perhaps the elemental...
True.
I have been holding on, but there is one... My guess would be that there are at least some similarity...
Have you made any...
Perhaps, but that's why I'm...
Are we gonna...
I wasn't able to...
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against... Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the...
Why...
Perhaps we should go...
Monsieur Neuvillette?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps.
A safe distance? Oh, it's glowing! Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible.
I understand your excitement, but although I have responded to your wishes, it was not with...
I know. Not only...
But a meaning...
It's definitely in truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence for almost 20 years.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer.
Really? The truth is...
Logically speaking, different identity. There aren't.
Oh, I'm
I believe in you.
Huh?
Yes?
That's still...
He is a.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello, I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards!
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause...
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Nervilet allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots...
Solving cases? With Nervilet in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know! So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, there have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Nervilet's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society.
Monsieur Nervilet said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so...
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away?
We'll hand them out together.
Monsieur Nervilet, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melazines.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far with... It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long...
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have... Please be on your guard for the next...
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace?
peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Nervalette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere, unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melazines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Nervilette will be left with no...
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Turn the murderer in!
Melazines can't be trusted! That goes for Nervalette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke! Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation... They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Nervilette... The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth?
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated...
That is indeed something she'd...
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access.
Restrict access to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Nervilette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Nervilette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list. I will take responsibility for everything.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend.
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Nervilette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Nervilette's guarantee... Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Nervilette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Nervilette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have...
Wow, the Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're doing. Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon...
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
the doc.
You've read about it. In that case, the...
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia! Nice to see you again. Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify...
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neverlet, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime, and I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine! This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I heard even Nervilette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Nervilette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the Special Patrol came to help.
Shh! Look! Is it that Nervilette? I think...
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. The list of involved suspects should be...
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good...
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening...
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the
Monsieur Neverland, someone claiming to be from the Spina Dourasou, he said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect, their chat..."
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly?
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here.
Hey, Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people!
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but...
Invite them over.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosu.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something, but... Oh well, let's get back to business.
Yes, that's me.
You're Essin?
Yes, Monsieur Nervilette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Chiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his...
Domenico? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would... Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was...
You've done more than enough. I'm extremely...
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
All right then, let's head to the fortress right now!
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we...
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when... Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is?
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact...
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Oh, did I hear someone say Melusine? What happened? Sijuin! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there...
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me? Writhsley. Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your... Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here. Thanks for the trouble.
Whoa. If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance...
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject... But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring... Make yourselves at home.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch...
Did Neuvillette just walk by?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have... I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a... Typical Sijuin. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests look...
Familiar? But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the mutual?
What's that?
We have a very long history. Going back as far as 4... We have never had many members throughout. Helping each other is our purpose.
Sounds like a pretty neat...
But...
Interested in joining the mutual? If you'd like to learn more, here's our... A slogan may have evolved. Here, this book.
You two look. It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of them. The first all of us have a.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Did you manage to get...
The people who wore the badges belong to an org. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of them?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh! So the network was inspired by...
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office.
All right. Let us...
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you if you... Was it your idea to send that letter to Amelia? Essin has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to...
That idiot! I can't believe I...
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone after making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom, but I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect...
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against... But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards, but the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Chiara and force it to resign from the Maréchaussée Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been...
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy...
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be...
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melusines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melusines on our way back.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melusines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melusines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right people no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my... It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotion...
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would...
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not?
Thank you for the offer, but while some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment. The less time I spend here, the...
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have...
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you... The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memornia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore...
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions.
I see no issues with...
Great! That's one thing!
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that...
Yep. Neuvillette thought they're back.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Maripede. They were not great in number, but every member... I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprison. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding, and to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say?
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials, hey, and...
What I really think is,
every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since these changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but I will try to contemplate this further.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Maripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Nervillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusine—
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Marmonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy.
What a relief!
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
That's not how you celebrate—
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes! Thank you so much, Miss...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our I hope it will assuage the concerns of all. Kiara?
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's a bit...
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara. I can't remember what our dreams were anymore.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed...
Monsieur... Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time.
See you next time.